Coretta Scott King by Samantha Lyons. Coretta Scott King, wife of Martin Luther King, was a pioneer of the civil rights movement whose contributions continue to inspire us today. Coretta Scott King was born in 1927 in Marion, Alabama. She was a talented singer and musician, but had a deep passion for social justice. She studied music and education at Antioch College and the New England Conservatory of Music, where she became involved in the civil rights movement. In 1953, Coretta married Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and together they became a force in the fight for civil rights. Coretta played a crucial role in organizing and supporting the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955 to 1956 and other nonviolent protests alongside her husband. Coretta was also actively involved in the Selma to Montgomery March for voting rights in 1965. She marched alongside her husband and other civil rights leaders, bringing attention to the need for voting rights for African Americans. After Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination in 1968, Coretta continued her activism. She founded the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta and dedicated it to promoting his influence and teachings. The center serves as a memorial to her husband's legacy and promotes nonviolent social change in education and research. Additionally, Coretta Scott King's contributions to the civil rights movement were immense. She fought tirelessly for racial equality, women's rights, and LGBTQ+ rights. Her work laid the foundation for future generations of activists and inspired millions around the world. One of Coretta Scott King's most notable contributions was her role in advancing the civil rights legislation. She played a key role in advocating for the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed the discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or any national origin. This landmark legislation has had a lasting impact, helping to dismantle institutionalized racism and promote greater equality for all Americans. Coretta was also a vocal advocate for women's rights and believed strongly in the importance of gender equality. She spoke out on issues such as equal pay, reproductive rights, and women's leadership roles in society. Additionally, Coretta was active in the international human rights movement. She spoke against apartheid in South Africa and was a vocal critic for the U.S. foreign policy in Latin America. Coretta Scott King is remembered today for her unwavering dedication to justice and equality. Her efforts helped bring about significant change in the United States, paving way for greater equality and justice for all. Furthermore, Coretta Scott King's commitment to nonviolent activism and social justice continues to inspire people around the world. Her legacy serves as a reminder of power and peaceful protests and the importance of standing up for what is right. Her passion, commitment, and contribution to the civil rights movement will forever be remembered and celebrated.